5 characters I love to watch but could never hang out with in real life. Hi, I'm Taya, one half of Your Little Sisters Productions. I'm a writer, director, and storyteller. And today I want to talk about 5 characters that I could rewatch over and over again, but if I met them in real life, I don't think we'd hit it off. Now, there are a lot of shows out there with characters that I like, but they don't necessarily make this list. I have to love the character enough that I'm willing to rewatch the show over and over again. And just because I'm willing to watch a show over and over again doesn't mean I like the characters. And of course you have the shows that I love to rewatch and have characters that I love that I would totally be friends with. They didn't make this list for obvious reasons. So let's get to it. Number 5. The Gilmore Girls. If you couldn't tell by our channel, we love Gilmore Girls. I can rewatch this show a dozen times. However, Lorelai and Rory make horrible decisions. I don't know if I could handle that. It would be so stressful to be their friend. I mean, I love how quick-witted they are, all of their pop culture references. It would be fun hanging out, don't get me wrong. But I think watching them live their lives, I would just have Mrs. Kim face the entire time. I don't think I could handle being their friend. Number 4. Temperance Brennan from Bones. Bones is one of the only cop shows and medical shows that I would ever rewatch. I love the characters in this show. Booth is one of my favorite all-time cinematic characters. If I knew him in real life, we would totally be friends. I would marry that man. Love him. However, Temperance Brennan, I don't know if I could handle that. The show's title character is so brainy and awkward. It's so incredibly fun to watch, and I love the dichotomy between her and Booth. But in real life, I have a very strict don't insult other people's religious beliefs policy that I don't think Temperance Brennan could handle. So, as much as I love watching her on TV, I could never be friends with her without fighting all of the time. Number 3. Dwight Schrute. Okay, so most of the characters on The Office are super entertaining. That's what makes the show so likable. However, going through all of the characters on this show, Dwight was really the only one that fit this category. For most of the ensemble cast, they're not meant to be likable. It's them all being together that makes the show so rewatchable, is all these different misfits coming together in an office. So of the main cast, Michael Scott, really not a big fan of his. I don't think I watched the show because of him. And Jim is the opposite. I love Jim, but I would totally be friends with him in real life. He's basically my entire personality. Everyone in my friend group is just another version of Jim or Pam. So saying I wouldn't be friends with him as real life is pretty much an insult to myself and all of my friends. So he didn't make the list. But Dwight is one of those characters that I love watching him, and I love watching him around Jim and all the different dynamics that they have. But I don't think I would be friends with Dwight Schrute in real life. His intensity is just way too much, and I'm not enough of a prankster like Jim to make that dynamic work. So yeah, as much as I like The Office and as much as I like the character of Dwight Schrute on screen, off screen, I don't think we would make a good pair. And moving on to number 2. Niles Crane from Frasier. I love watching Frasier. It's one of my favorite rewatchable shows. It's so lighthearted and just easy on the brain. And a big part of that is David Hyde Pierce's portrayal, say that 5 times fast, of Niles Crane. Trigger warning, I'm going to be using some real elementary school insults here. Are you ready? Niles Crane is a sissy. I'm sorry to say it. He's actually one of the best written characters I've ever seen on an episodic show before. He has so much character growth, and his love story with Daphne is so well written and so well done. And don't get me wrong, it's completely ridiculous, but that's what made that show great. Everything that the Crane boys did was ridiculous, so it fit in perfectly. However, if I were to meet this man in real life, this stuck-up, sissy man, I don't think I could ever take him seriously. I don't know how anyone could. So, even though he makes the show totally worth watching, in real life, there's just no way I would be able to hang out with Niles Crane. And before we get to number 1, I just want to add one honorable mention. The entire cast of The Big Bang Theory. I think it's safe to say that The Big Bang Theory has a lot of rewatchability. Every time you watch it, you're gonna get laughs. However, everyone on that show, while likable, is so unlikable. I could never choose just one character from the show to really spotlight here. I mean, the obvious one is Sheldon, but Penny, Leonard, Bernadette, Amy, even Howard and Raj. All of them. All of them are characters that I would not want to hang out with in real life. But watching them on the show is really entertaining. If you could pick a character from the show that you love watching but wouldn't be friends with in real life, let me know which one, because I could not decide. And finally, number 1, the most fun character to watch that I could absolutely never be friends with in real life. And the reason I came up with this list in the first place. Sean Spencer from Psych. I was trying to convince my brother to rewatch Psych with me because I love rewatching Psych. And he said he couldn't do it because Sean is so annoying. He could never stand to be around someone like that. So much secondhand embarrassment. And I thought, well, yeah, I could never be friends with Sean Spencer. I would be way too annoyed and way too embarrassed. Sean Spencer is so goofy and quick-witted, and I love watching him and Gus solve crimes together. It's so much fun. But in real life, I don't think I would be as patient as Juliet is. I think I'd be more like Carlton. I would just be making this face every time Sean spoke. And that's how I came up with this video. Were there other characters that made me feel this way where I would absolutely love to watch them over and over and over make silly decisions, but at the same time could never handle that in real life? And it got me curious about you guys. Do you have characters like this that you love to watch but could not handle in real life? I want to know. Comment what characters you think of. But there you go. 5 characters that I love to rewatch over and over again, but if I were to meet them in real life, we probably wouldn't get along. What characters do you absolutely love watching that you don't think you would get along with if you met them in real life? Let us know in the comments down below. Shout out to Lindsay K. Art for always doing an amazing job on our avatars. Thank you so much to all of our members, patrons, and sponsors here on the channel. Be sure to like and follow for more. We upload as soon as our videos are ready, so be sure to ring the bell so you never miss anything from Your Little Sisters Productions. Bye!